Okay, the next topic is working with data. So when you open a new spreadsheet, the cell pointer is located in cell A1. So the cell is known as home cell. So the active cell is known as home cell. A1 is the default home cell, otherwise active cell when you open a new spreadsheet. Cell pointer can be moved anywhere in the spreadsheet using the direction keys. Direction key means that arrow keys, left arrow, right arrow, then down arrow and up arrow. So tab key is used to move the cell pointer towards right side or forward direction. So you are using tab key to move forward and backward the cell pointer. So the tab key is used to move forward the cell pointer, that is in case your cell pointer is in A1 means if you are pressing the tab key means it moves to A2, A3, A4, A5 something like that. But if you want to move backward means, so you have to press shift plus tab key. So that shift plus tab key, if you are in A4 cell, then if you are pressing shift plus tab key means it move backward A3, A2 and A1. Then from right to left in the row. So enter key is also used to move the cell pointer. Enter moves the cell pointer to a cell below the current cell, that is downwards. So if you want to move the cell downwards means you have to press enter key. Otherwise we are using direction keys, right arrow, left arrow, then up arrow and down arrow. Then how do you enter the data? Any data can be typed directly in any cell of the worksheet, but the cell in which you type data should be in the active cell. So you are able to type only in the active cell. So move the cell pointer to a particular cell to make it active cell, or click any cell to make it active cell. Then start typing any data. When you type data, spreadsheet recognize the type of data entered in cell. Then what are the data types? What do you mean by data types? So data type means nothing but your data can be a alphabets, otherwise it can be a numbers, or otherwise it can be a decimal values 48.76 something like that. Then it can be a date or timing. So that is, these are all called the data types or graphs or charts. So data are in different types. Data are made up of alphabets, numbers. Date and time is another data type, even though it has numbers and symbols. In general, data types are classified. Alphabetic data type consists of alphabets only. Numeric data type consists of numbers. Then alphanumeric means what? That is, the numeric data type you have two types. One is whole number, another one is a fractional number. Fractional number means decimal values 47.67. Whole number no, only 47. Then alphanumeric, the name itself we have combinations of alphabets and numeric. Then date data type and the time data type. Then how do you enter numbers? Any numeric data can be entered in a spreadsheet. Entered numbers are aligned to the right side within the cell by default. Underline that line. So if you are entering any numbers, that should be aligned in the right side of the cell. Okay. So negative numbers may be entered with a minus sign or within brackets. Okay. If you enter any number within bracket, it will be changed as a negative number. So number prefixed with minus. Okay. Prefix means what? Before the number, the minus sign will appear before the number, that is prefix. Suffix means the sign appear after the number, but by default the negative number, the minus sign will be prefixed with the number. If any number start with 0, calc will drop the leading 0. So if you are starting with any number with a 0, that 0 will be eradicated. That means the calc OpenOffice calc will drop the leading 0. Here you see 5478 is the numeric value, minus 142 is the negative value. Then how do you enter in the text? Unlike numbers, any characters you can type, but it will be aligned from the left. Numbers means it will be by default, it will be aligned right, the cell's right side, but text will be aligned left side within the cell. When you enter any numeric value, if it has aligned left, it is understood that the entered content is not a number. So if there is any number that starts with a single quotes, calc converts that number to text. So in case if you are using any numbers with a single quotes means that should be converted into text, then aligned in the left side. Then how do you enter date and time? So before entering date, you have to ensure format of your system date, because in our country we are writing in the format is date, month and year, date, month and year, but in US they are writing as a format month, date and year. So first you have to ensure the format of our system, whether it is month, date and year, or date, month and year, or year, month and year, something. You have some options. So calculate accepts date as per the system date format. If your system has American date format, month, date, year, if you should enter dates in calc sheet, month, date and year. If your system follows Indian format, date, month and year from calc. Only the correct form of date is accepted by calc as date B. For example, if your system has an American date format, 18th December 2017 means you have to enter it as first month 12, then 18 is a date, then 17 is a year. As soon as the date is typed in the correct format, the entered date will be aligned of the right side within the cell. So for date also aligned in the right side of the cell. And if you place the cell pointer in the cell, the formula bar shows your date 12/18/2017. Here you see. So like dates for entering time calc also in the general format is hours, minutes and seconds. So where HS, mm and SS represent hours, minutes and seconds respectively. Then here in tabular column you see the different date formats. Okay, page number 111 you see different page format. Then the next one is creating formula. So after entering the data in a worksheet, you can perform calculation on the data. So obviously after entering the data, we have to do the calculation. In order to create formula, you first need to know the syntax that describes. Syntax means it's a general form for formulas. So syntax that describes the format for specifying a formula. In calc, you can enter formulas in two methods. So underline that line. How many methods you can enter formula? You have to use two methods, either directly into the cell or at the input line. So formula in calc may start with the equal symbol, underline that line. So or plus or minus sign followed by the combination of values. So operators and cell references. But as general practice, all formulas should start with an equal sign, underline that line. So all formulas should start with the equal sign. Okay, the equal sign is important, underline that line. If any formula start with plus or minus, the values will be considered as positive or negative respectively. So you have to remind it, all formulas in spreadsheet, otherwise OpenOffice Calc or Excel, it should start with the equal symbol. Then what do you mean by operators? Operators means the symbols which are used to do the arithmetic calculation, that is plus symbol, minus symbol, multiplication symbol, division symbol, percentage symbol, something like that is called the operators. So operators are the symbols for doing some mathematical, statistical and logical calculations. So combinations of values, operators and cell references is called expression. So in your 10th standard mathematics, you are doing algebra. So in algebra, x equal to a plus b. This is the combinations of values. So x is the variable, then equal is a operator, equal to operator, then plus is the arithmetic operator. So the combination of these variables and the operators is called a expression, arithmetic expression or something algebraic expressions. So calculator supports a variety of operators which are categorized as arithmetic operators, relational operators, reference operators, text operator. So here we are going to see one by one. So what are the arithmetic operators available in this tabular column? You can see addition. So column B you have 98, then column C you have 25, means the formula should start with the equal symbol. Then B3 plus C3 means it will give the addition value. Like that, subtraction, multiplication, division. Then what do you mean by exponent? Exponent means it's a power value, 25 to the power 2. So the value is 625. Then percentage value. Okay. Then the formula bar shows the formula what the user had entered. Here you see the formula bar which shows the, you are entering in active cell only, but the formula bar will shows your formula what you had entered. Then the relational operator. Relational operator means what? It is a comparative operator. It is used to compare two values, greater than, lesser than, greater than or equal to, lesser than or equal to. Then equal to, not equal to. These are called the relational operators. Then the next one is reference operator. What do you mean by reference operator? Reference operators are used to refer cell ranges. So here actually arithmetic operators and the relational operators, we are using the cell name B3 plus C3, otherwise we are directly using the values. So here the reference operator use the range of cells, more than one cells. In arithmetic operators we are using only one cell, B3 is one cell, C3 is one cell. But if you want to refer more than one cell, means that is range of cells, means you have to use the reference operator. So reference operator are used to refer cell ranges. Cell range means what? A continuous group of cells is called. So continuous group of cells means in case you are going to add from B3 content to E3. So B3, C3, D3 and E3. So this continuous group of cells is called a range. So here you are using only B3 colon E3. So what it indicates? So from B3 to E3. So B3, it will add the values of B3 value, then C3 value, then D3 value and the E3 value. So the reference operator used to refer the group of cells. There are three types of reference operator. One is range reference, range concatenation, then intersection. So what do you mean by range reference operator? The colon is the range reference operator. So you have to give the reference left, colon, reference right. So reference, in case B3 to E3 you have to add, means B3 is the reference left, then reference right is E3. So B3 colon E3. When reference left is the starting cell address of linear group. Now one by one, okay, one by one, otherwise next to next. So linear group of cells are upper left corner address of rectangular group. So reference right is the last cell address of the linear group. So reference left means the starting cell B3. Then reference right means simply you can remind. Okay, remember. So the reference right means the last cell address E3. Now, for example, B3 to E3 we are going to add, means B3 is the left reference, E3 is the right reference. That's all. Okay. So here you see the example. So linear group of cells A1, A2, A3, A4, A5 is referred as A1 colon A5. That's all. A1 is a left reference cell, A5 is the right reference cell. So combine these two by using the colon operator, that is that colon operator. That two dot is called a colon operator. Then here also you see rectangular group of cells. Here you see. So cells A2, A3, A4, then B2, B3, B4, then D5 is referred as A2 colon B6. So starting A2, then the ending is D6. Okay. Then next one is reference concatenation operator. So concatenation means nothing but joining together. So the tilde symbol is used to concatenation operator in calc. So here again you see, instead of that colon, in concatenation operator you have to use reference left, then the tilde symbol, then reference right. If you want to find the sum of values A1 to A6 and C3 to F3, so the formula is you have to use. So here it is the cell addresses are not continuous, that's why we are using the reference concatenation operator. So here and there we are going to take the data. So A1 to A6, here you can specify A1 to A6, then C3 to F3. So that data alone can be taken and added. So suppose if you want to sum A1 to A6 content and C3 to F3 content, means you have to concatenate these two cell addresses. So here the formula is equal sum. So the formula starts with equal symbol, then sum is used to add the values, then within the bracket you have to use the both the operator, range operators, then concatenation operator. So A1 colon A6, then tilde symbol, then C3 colon F3. So sum is function to find the sum of group of values. Then the intersection operator. So intersection operator is used to join two set of groups. It is very similar to range concatenation operator. So intersection operator is represented by the exclamation mark. the same one, reference left, then exclamatory mark, then reference right. So here you see the example, A2 colon D3, then intersection operator, then B2 colon E4. Here you see, so A2 colon D3, so A2 colon D3, the red highlighted area is A2 colon D3, then you have to intersect only B2 colon E4. So here the green highlighted area is B2 colon E4. Then the common values are the blue dotted highlighted area, only the common values, that is B2 to D3. Okay, intersections of range 1 and range 2 is B2 colon B3. Okay, then next one is text operator. So in calc, the ampersand, that symbol is called the ampersand, is a text operator which is used to combine two or more text. So joining two different text is also known as text concatenation. Concatenation means nothing but joining two text. So here you see in B3 you have a Tamil, then C3, in C3 cell you have a Nadu. So if you want to concatenate these two text and bring a one single text Tamil Nadu, you have to use the concatenation operator, that is the ampersand symbol. So B3 text operator, that is B3 ampersand C3. Here you see in the formula bar, B3 ampersand C3, then your output will be the single text, that is Tamil Nadu. Okay, then you have some more operators, exponentiation, multiplication and division, negation, then addition and subtraction. Okay, then how do you construct the formula? So this one we will see in the next topic.